Welcome. This is Suzanne,
Lauri, Susan,
Roxie.
and we are Three Old Broads and a Lady. Hi, this is Suzanne.
This is Lauri.
This is Susan.
This is Roxie. And today we're going to talk about dreams. Not champagne wishes and caviar dreams, but we are going to talk about our dreams. Or maybe your dreams. We've done extensive research. Susan made us. And so go ahead.
Somebody's snickering over here.
I know that. So Susan, why don't you start out with what you learned about dream?
Well, I will tell you that I'm one of those people that says I never dream, or I hardly ever dream. And the reality is that scientists believe that about 100% of us actually do dream, or close to 100%. But there's, some people remember them better. About 25 to 30% of the population claims that they remember their dreams every night after wake up every day and remember it. 50 to 60% of the people will remember it occasionally, and about 6 to 10% are rarely or never remember their dreams.
Well, I think it's important to note that I heard somewhere that psychopaths don't dream. So some of that last 6% are nuts.
Thank God. Thank God. So now I know I'm not a psychopath.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah,
And I am.
no, there you go. No,
Well, there's actually something called Charcot-Wilbrand syndrome where they really don't have dreams. A person really doesn't have dreams, but it's usually because of a brain injury or a stroke or something like that, as opposed to psychopathic urges.
Well, they get those during the day. They don't have to dream about it.
Have to dream. That's right. They're in a constant state of dreaming. 15 to 25-year-olds are the most common age range that remembers their dreams. And the older you get, the less you tend to remember your dreams. Women are more likely than men to be able to recount their dreams. And people who are creative or natural daydreamers are also more likely to be able to remember their dreams than other people. So that's my research, or at least some of it.
all right. Well, I have to say I don't usually remember my dreams either. I can very rarely remember a dream. And usually it's like, if I do, I wake up thinking, oh, I've got to remember that. That was like, really, yeah, what was that about? It's gone like that, so I don't know. It evaporates pretty quickly for me.
That's true. But do you have any dreams, either recurring dreams? Do any of you have recurring dreams, or dreams that you still remember from long ago?
I do.
Like what? Tell us about it.
Well, we moved into our house in 1955, the house I still live in. But the dream doesn't recur. But when I was a kid, there was a hall closet. And in the back of the hall closet, that's where we kept the coats and stuff like that. So there's a lot of heavy fabric hanging around in there. And in the back of the closet, there was a small crawl space kind of thing, because this closet was kind of backed up next to the bathroom, so you could go get to the plumbing from this little crawl space. And I used to dream that I would get into that closet, and then I'd turn around to get out of the closet, and I couldn't get out because there was no door anymore. I thought, well, how did I get in here? So I'm looking around, searching. Then I would find in the back, I'd find another door. So I think it must have had something to do with that crawl space. So I'd open that door. It was a lot smaller. And I'd get in there to try to get out of the closet. And then that door would disappear, and I'd have to look around for another door. And then I'd find another little teeny door. And I said, well, I have to get in here. And I'd have to actually crawl in there. And then I looked around, and there's no escape. And then I'd wake up. So I don't know what that means, but it was scary. It was a scary dream.
It sounds to me like you're being haunted by Alice in Wonderland and the Chronicles of Narnia.
Yeah, could be. Could be. Alice in Wonderland for sure, because Chronicles of Narnia was later. I haven't had that dream for a long time, thank goodness, because it always scares you.
That's good.
Or me.
According to the research that I did, dreams of being trapped or lost actually relate back to feelings that you may have of being overwhelmed or stuck in a position you don't want to be in. And that's your subconscious saying, you gotta get out of here.
I can't
Which
get
is
out.
like, thanks, But that apparently is one of the things that dreams are interpreted as.
Not much different than the actor's nightmare. I was even in that little play, Actor's Nightmare. It was very funny because the guy kept showing up in different costumes for everybody else had the costumes on. And
explain for those who aren't actors what the actor's nightmare
Actor's Nightmare is that. For me, because I've had them, it's sort of similar that you're trapped somewhere and you think, oh my God, how do I get out of this? Well, you're in the wrong place at the right time, or you're in the right place at the wrong time. And you suddenly realize that something's wrong. Like you come out on stage and you're naked or something, and or you're in a different play and you don't know, and people are talking and you go, what play is this? That's and that's what the actual play is about.
Or you don't know your lines,
and you don't know your lines, or you can't get to the one I always have is I can hear my cues coming up, and it's there, and it's that people are on the stage waiting for me to come out of the wings and enter. And where am I? I'm up in the foyer. And I just think, oh no, that's my cue.
You're backstage drinking water is where you are.
I did that.
And you did do that in Arsenic and Old Lace.
Yeah, that's true. I did, and I was sad about that. I thought, why is no one talking? And I went, but that wasn't a dream, unfortunately.
It's a living nightmare.
So, I did that. But anyways, you just think, well, I can't get to the stage. And you think, well, I could run down to run the aisle and get up there. But I look, and there were no stairs, which, of course, there are stairs, but I didn't have in the dream. So I thought, well, I'll go outside, and I'll come back in. And then the doors wouldn't open, and I couldn't get out. Yeah, I've had that. Well, that's the one that replaced the one with the little door in the closet.
Yeah,
because I do actually have that dream from time to time. And it has nothing to do with acting. I think it all has to do with the same thing, that you think, I can't get out of this mess I'm in, whatever it is. Mm-hmm. So maybe that's it.
Yeah.
So, hey, come on, people. I want to hear your dreams.
Did you ever have a teacher's nightmare, which is somewhat similar? When I was teaching, sometimes I would have a dream where I would be the teacher, but I had no idea what I was supposed to teach. And whatever it was I was supposed to teach, I had no knowledge of what the curriculum was. And there was a whole auditorium full of students sitting there waiting for me to give the answers to the universe, and I had no idea how to do it. Now I would occasionally have that dream.
No, I don't remember having one of those, but it is a panic. It's just panic time. I actually panicked in real life. I had to do this. They were videotaping me as part of some kind of thing that I did with Cal Poly. And they were going to come into the classroom and they were going to do a video of some science thing I was doing. And I had what am I talking about? This is reality. We're talking about dreams. But anyway, I couldn't find the paperwork. And I looked everywhere. And I kept looking at the video cameras, basically watching me try to find this paperwork I couldn't find. And they recorded the sound too. And I was looking at this one place. I thought, well, it isn't anywhere. Must be in this drawer. And I opened the drawer and I go, shit. You didn't hear that out there, did you? But I said it, and it was recorded. And when I read the little script, it says inaudible. So yeah, teachers say things too, but I didn't think anybody heard me, but. Oh, well, anyway, it was picked up on the microphone. But yeah, that kind of dream does occur from time to time, and you just seem to be running around and you just can't find anything. And yeah,
yeah, the only time I used to act a long time ago, but it was too hard, too much work.
So now you just produce, direct, and do all that.
My actor's nightmare on that would be being shoved into a play that I didn't know and saying, here, do your lines, and giving me the script, and the script was blank.
Oh.
That's kind of like that play, the Actor's Nightmare play is kind of like that.
Yeah.
Where, it's like, I'm doing my play. What are you doing? Scary.
Yeah, it is.
Have you ever had any other dreams that you remember? Anybody else? Like maybe it was just a one time you had that dream, but you still remember it from its
always had dreams of flying.
being able to fly.
Yeah, where I just think about it and I would take off and fly.
Like Superman or something? Just
not even putting my arms up in the air like Superman.
He's just showing off.
I would just go.
What did you see? Did you go to a place or?
No, I would fly around and look down on the ground and look at the cities and stuff like that. But it's supposedly when you have flying dreams, it's supposed to be a form of escapism. You're escaping from something in your life that is causing you turmoil.
So at least you get away from it. That sounds good.
Yeah. Well, flying's fun, I have to say.
Especially without a plane, you just gotta look up in the sky. It's a bird. It's a plane. It's Suzanne.
It's me.
And that's your name, so you already have a red S on your chest. Yes. So there you go.
Do you have any?
Do I have any dreams? Oh, no. Like I said, I very rarely remember my dreams. What surprised me the last time I had a dream was when I woke up, I thought, that was in color. And I don't know. I don't remember that I actually have black and white dreams, but for some reason, this Technicolor dream just really, stayed with me for like 3.5 seconds, and I can't tell you what it was about now.
Oh, or I can give you a little fact on that, on the dreams. Okay, here's like 5 facts, which for 5, yeah. We may not remember dreaming, but everyone is thought to dream between 3 and 6 times per night. Mm-hmm. It is thought that each dream lasts between 5 to 20 minutes. That I don't believe that, because I feel like my dreams are going like this.
Yeah.
Around 95% of dreams are forgotten by the time a person gets out of bed. Mm-hmm. Dreaming can help you learn and develop long-term memories. This one's interesting. Blind people dream more with other sensory components compared with sighted people.
Oh.
So I guess they actually
taste
and smell or hear.
Wow.
Oh, that's really interesting.
Well,
I remember a nice dream that occurs to me every now and then, that I remember the dream. They did somehow they couldn't do the Rose Parade in Pasadena. This is my dream.
Oh, okay.
And so they decided to move to Whittier.
Oh, sure, because that's a choice.
Coming right down Greenleaf, and all this. Well, I thought, should I go? What is that? Are we done already?
No. Oh, no. No, go ahead.
Well, anyway. So
that's not what I'm laughing.
I decided to go, and I sitting on the curb at the Rocky Cola Cafe, and because it was going to come right down the street. And anyway, so the person sits next to me. It's Tom Hanks, and so I'm having this nice conversation with Tom Hanks, talking about the floats coming down Greenleaf Avenue. Why? I don't know. And he must have been in the news or something. I don't know. But he was very nice. And I've heard in real life he's really nice, but still, that was a nice little dream. And I woke up going, oh, I went to the Rose Parade and Tom Hanks was there.
If anybody knows Tom Hanks and is listening to this, please tell him that we were thinking of him.
He was mentioned.
He was mentioned.
On the Creole Brothers.
Do we have to pay him now, or
No?
But yeah.
He's the same age as you and I.
Yes. So is Kevin Costner. Although he keeps saying he's 69. Or somebody says that about him.
Well.
Well, I can tell you, I have like a couple of dreams that I've had long ago that somehow are still in my memory. And one of them was when I was a kid. I remember having this dream of this cartoon cat.
Sylvester?
No, it was more like sort of an old-fashioned, like the kind of art that
like Felix the Cat or Betty Boop Cat?
Yeah, or like the original Mickey Mouse, that kind of art, but a cat that was chasing me all over the place, and I was terrified. And this was when I was a kid, so I suppose that's why it was Cartoon Cat. I don't know, but I just, like, every once in a while it comes back to me, and I have that fear of that cartoon cat again. And I had another dream one time that was so vivid that I still remember it. And it was of me riding a motorcycle. And as I was riding the motorcycle, and I was like a passenger on the motorcycle. I wasn't the one that was driving it, but I don't know who it was that was driving it. And then suddenly we went around a curve and the motorcycle went off the road and flew off down a cliff, over a cliff. And then I woke up. So, like they say, I think they say, you can never die in your dream. If you die in your dream, then you'll really die. Or
I've heard that too.
Anyway, but I didn't, because as I went over the cliff and I knew I was going to die, that was the end of my dream. I woke up.
You're like, wake up.
Yeah.
Yeah, falling is another one for me, falling off of buildings.
Well,
falling is...
It's always
You
an
feel it.
indication
You feel
that
it
you
in
feel like
your
you're out of
stomach.
control. Something in your life is so out of control that
Well, that would be me. I am out of control.
Yeah, that makes perfect sense when you say it. Yeah.
When I was a kid, I remember dreaming that I fell in a well, and it was really dark. And, I just fell and was falling. And the water was really cold. And then I woke up and I was on the floor. So that made sense. It was like, oh, okay, I'm cold because I fell out of bed. Oh, well, I'll just get back into bed and see what else I can conjure up.
That just reminded me that just like a few years ago, maybe 5 or 6 years ago, I was dreaming that I was dancing, and I was twirling around, and I was having such a wonderful time. And I did this big leap, and I twirled around, and suddenly I actually literally hit the floor and woke up with my face on the floor, because in my dream somehow I had actually done the dancing onto the floor and rolled onto the floor.
It's funny. It makes you wonder, did you hit the floor first and your brain said, oh, gotta end this?
Yeah.
In that little split second before you could realize that you were awake on the floor. And
I don't know.
Put you there.
Yeah, I know. It was a very sudden awakening, though.
Yeah, wow.
And they actually do say that if you are when you dream, the most vivid dreams that you have are during rapid eye movement. Is that, do they pronounce it REM or
REM? Yeah, REM sleep.
REM sleep. And if you are awakened straight out of REM sleep rather than going into another form, another depth of sleep, if you're right when you're in the middle of REM sleep, if you're awakened, then you'll remember your dreams much more.
Yeah, I've heard that too.
More likely.
Yeah.
And in REM sleep, your dreams are more vivid, and they tell a story. They're more like story-like. But you can dream in other stages of sleep, but they tend to be more like just sort of like just something happening or something, but not like a story being told, and not very emotional in the other stages of sleep.
Huh.
But the REMs are the ones that you're most likely to remember.
Well, do you ever dream, you're dreaming, and it recurs during the dream? Well, this is no good. Let's start over again, and you do it just a slightly different way. And then it gets so stupid that you say, oh my God, this is stupid. I must be dreaming. And then you wake yourself up. Does that ever happen? Happens to me all the time.
No, I have been
dreams
when I've gone, I don't like what's happening. This is just a dream. I'm changing it. Not start over again, but I'm changing it to the way I want it to be. Yeah, I've done that.
Yeah.
I have woken up while I was in the middle of a really good dream and tried to go back.
Yeah,
and it never works.
No,
it never works.
It only works if it's a nightmare. You go back to sleep and then you start dreaming about aliens again.
Yeah.
You remember that movie? I saw Alien, but I didn't like it. So I when the sequel came out, Aliens, plural, I saw it. It was on TV, and I saw it, and it ended around 11:15 or something like that. And of course, I turned off the light and went to sleep, and I kept dreaming about aliens all night long because they kept coming up out of the floor and out of the vents and everything. Stop this. Dream about something nice.
Well, did any of you, since we had sort of established that we were going to do sleep as our dreams as our topic today, did any of you say, I'm going to sleep tonight and remember what my dream? Well, see, I did. And I did remember my dream. I probably shouldn't tell it because it's embarrassing. but I'll tell it anyway.
Do it. Go ahead. It's not about any of us, is it?
No.
Okay, good.
It's all about me.
Go ahead. Fire away.
In my dream, I was, I wanted to take a shower and I was naked, but I had a couple of towels. But I was in this like sort of a hotel or a dormitory or something, and I'm walking through all these rooms with all these people, and I'm totally naked except I have this towel, but the towel isn't big enough to cover everything, so I keep moving it around to try. Like a fan dancer. Kind of like a fan dancer to try and like cover up whatever I could cover up. But I wasn't embarrassed. It wasn't like I was mortified, but I'm walking around and all these people, and I'm trying to find a place to take a shower. And everywhere I go to take the shower, either somebody else is already taking a shower in the place, or it's the wrong place, you have to move on. And so I just kept wandering through this huge building of some sort that had lots of showers, but none that I could use, that I was allowed to use.
No shower for you.
No shower for me. And that was the dream I had last night. And I determined to remember my dream so that I could recount it. And of course, it was that very strange dream instead.
Yeah,
a good one.
Thanks a lot.
And were you able to change it at all?
Well, I didn't think about changing it. I wasn't in my dream. I wasn't embarrassed, and so I was just like, oh man, I got oops. Let me cover that up, But
and when you're a kid, we used to wear uniforms to school. And you'd look down and you didn't put your skirt on, but you're wearing a slip, and you're walking around at school and people are looking at you and you think, what's the matter with me? Oh, I'm wearing a slip. Oh.
This really happened to you?
No. Oh, I just dreaming that. You're just dreaming that all the time. And and that's one of those ones where you say, this is stupid. I'm not going to mess with it anymore.
Where to get that? I'm sorry. I have to tell you, Susan and I sat here and we did a whole bunch of, just checking and for topic today. And now on my phone, it says, and this is from the Apple News release thing.
You're being watched.
Can dreams help you solve problems? New research suggests they might. Why do they think I care? Because I spent, like 10, 15 minutes on Google just a little bit ago looking for dream interpretation, and now here it is.
And now they've heard you talking all of this.
And this is my nightmare.
Yeah.
They're listening to us all the time.
Yeah. And you think, how did they know that?
How did they know? I know exactly
because you
how they know.
searched it.
No, sometimes it's not a search. It's like I was talking to a friend about it, and not on a microphone, but I was talking to a friend on the phone, and I guess it's through the phone. And then they'll send you some ad or some app or something, and you go, well, how did they know I wanted to know about that?
And sometimes you swear you were only thinking about it.
Yeah.
Okay.
You didn't even say it out loud.
Don't
You're
go there.
just thinking about it.
It seems like that.
Well, I don't know. Well, now that we're all paranoid as can be.
What are we going to dream about tonight?
We're going to dream about AI invading our dreams and picking them clean.
Have you ever had a dream that was so realistic you actually felt what was happening? Like when I was a kid, I used to have nightmares of wolves chasing me, and they would catch me, and I could feel them biting me. But I've also had dreams because of situations that I was in with an ex, where that person came and shot me. I opened up my front door and they shot me, and I would feel the bullet hit me in the stomach. And it would wake me up.
Oh my God!
You never actually felt?
No, I've never.
Weird.
No, falling or bumping or anything. I never feel anything like that.
I did have a dream where I was searching for a cat, and I think I must have gotten up. Done sleepwalking or something, because then when I woke up the next morning, the door was unlocked and open, and I could only imagine that because in my dream I was opening the door and I was going out and roaming the streets looking for this cat. And so I may have actually, my body may have actually, walked through the version
sleepwalking. That's something that we haven't touched on yet.
Yeah.
Anybody else do any sleepwalking?
When I was younger, I did.
You did?
Yeah, when I was like in my tweens.
Mm-hmm.
I would sleepwalk. My mom would catch me going out the door and just turn me around and go back in.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
And just she had you back to the bedroom.
Yeah, she would just kind of turn me around and go back.
I don't think there's any stories of me sleepwalking. My sisters would do that occasionally, very occasionally. But one time, my mom and I were watching a movie. It was in the summer, and we stayed up late watching this movie. And suddenly, my sister comes bopping down the hall, and she comes into the living room, and she stands in kind of next to the TV and then puts her head down to see what was on TV. And I said, "Will you move? We're watching this movie." And she turns around with this like totally blank look on her face. And Mom says, "Oh, go back to bed." And she, okay,
Oh,
that's not anything spectacular. I mean, she didn't go outside or anything, but
Well, you didn't tell her to
silly.
go outside. Maybe if your mother said, go out and check on the cat.
Somebody's been looking for this cat that's out there.
I don't know.
Sleepwalking. Wow.
Well, the only thing that I had left on my list was something that caught my interest because it's about dreams of loss. Did you ever dream that you lost a tooth? Because my mother told me when I was a child, she said, "Oh, if you dream you're losing a tooth, that means somebody's going to die." And I was like, which of course terrified me. But actually losing your teeth, because teeth represent power to most people, they're strong, it means a loss of control or a loss of power or just a loss of something that's important to you.
No, I never dreamed.
Surprisingly enough, that is like in the top 10 of dreams that
Losing
people
a
have
tooth?
is losing their flying, falling, losing their teeth.
Mm-hmm.
That's like
Walking around naked?
walking around naked.
Yeah,
naked.
yeah.
It probably is a common
Yeah,
dream.
nakedness is up there.
Well, they're all about control and vulnerability and
Well, how about that hockey guy? You know that.
that lost his tooth. Well, that was a dream. That was a dream for him. So he's good.
So yeah.
But but those are pretty common concerns for everybody. So that's probably why
I've
they
never
come
dreamed
up
that
over and
either.
over again.
Uh-huh.
You've never dreamed of losing a tooth?
Oh,
I think I did once.
I have all my teeth.
but I don't recall. It was like a baby tooth or something. My mother told me this when I was a child. You know.
Yeah,
something like that.
when you're 16, I say,
They
"Sure,
just wanna
Mom,
give
that's
you
not
a quarter
happening."
for your tooth.
Yeah. Quarter. Your folks must have been loaded.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, I don't think we ever got a quarter.
I think we got a dime. That was the big deal.
Yeah, I don't even think we got that. Maybe a nickel.
Maybe just keeps a tooth. It'll be worth something
Give me that
someday.
tooth.
Sell it to a
I'm going to
dentist.
somebody else's house. They get a quarter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, if you want to remember your dreams, you can do a few things. One of them is if you wake up to an alarm, try to wake up naturally instead, because the alarm like sends an adrenaline jolt at you that then makes it all go away. If you can stay still when you wake up, just stay still and try and bring the images back to whatever it was. Those kind of things are things that can help you to recall your dreams if you want to.
But an alarm like this won't send you to your dreams. It'll just send you to the kitchen for
Roxie's edibles are ready.
I'm afraid they are.
Well, then I guess that means that we have to stop.
Okay. Well, it's been fun. This has been very interesting. If you have a dream that you're wondering about, you can Google it, or you can just listen to this over and over again.
Or you can send us a note and say,
Yeah.
"This is a weird dream. Why don't you talk about that?"
Yeah, there we go.
So join us again next time when we'll have something else to talk about.
Perhaps.
God knows what. Until then, this is Suzanne.
This is Lauri.
This is Susan.
This is Roxie.
And
we are
Three old broads and a lady.